A recent survey predicts that the number of supermarkets in the United States could fall by 6% over the following 4 years, as more people shop online and businesses struggle with rising real estate, energy, labor, and supplier prices. In today's video, we included a list of 10 grocery stores that were once thriving and adored, and now they're silently closing their doors and clinging on by a thread as the economy gets worse. At number 1 is Green Zebra. Known for its kombucha slushies and other nutritious fare, the well-liked Portland, Oregon small chain Green Zebra Groceries announced a few weeks back that it will close 3 of its existing locations by March the 31st after 10 years in operation. The company has been holding on by a thread since the pandemic started, according to the retailer's founder and CEO Lisa Sedler, who stated this in a press release, citing increases to our costs of goods, packaging, fuel, insurance, taxes, freight charges, and well, pretty much everything. Though the establishment sold itself as a convenience store, for many it was a full-on grocery with a produce section and juice bar, according to Eater. On the company's Facebook page, several commenters expressed how crushed they were by the news. According to one commenter, it was the only place downtown where I could find Otter Tofu, Mary's Chicken, Mary's Turkey, and those amazing sambusas. Alas, that is the end of Green Zebra. At number 2 is Walmart. Retail behemoth Walmart just announced that 8 sites would be closing, including 2 in Oregon's largest city on March the 24th. These facilities are spread throughout 5 states and Washington, D.C. Walmart claimed that several factors went into its decision, while the New York Post claimed that the closures in Portland came as a result of the CEO of Walmart making remarks about the growing thievery that would lead to higher prices or shop closings. The mayor of Portland and the governor of Texas engaged in a social media debate on the rule of law, according to COIN TV, after hearing the news. The fact that Portland received so much attention at the expense of other areas affected by Walmart's closures. 3 locations in Illinois, as well as lone stores in Northwest Arkansas, Florida, New Mexico, and Wisconsin were confirmed by Business Insider as being the other communities where the Walmart stores are getting closed down. At number 3 is Sprouts Farmers Market. At the same time, a few stores are being eliminated by one of the grocery companies in America that is expanding the fastest. The Phoenix-based Sprouts Farmers Market stated earlier this month that it would close 11 locations that were underperforming financially. Company representatives stated that as the chain transforms to a smaller, more productive model, the closures will primarily affect larger format Sprouts outlets. The firm did not disclose any details, only stating that locations in Texas, California, Georgia, Florida, and Washington were up for closure. According to local news sources, 2 affected locations, one each in West Hollywood, California, and Wellington, Florida, will shut down on April the 30th. The chances are that the company might close down more stores in the coming months. At number 4 is Amazon Go. The biggest online retailer in the world is still holding back on plans to open physical stores. 8 of Amazon's current tech-driven Amazon Go locations, including 2 in Seattle, 2 in New York, and 4 in San Francisco, will be shut down, the company revealed this month. According to the San Francisco Business Times and GeekWire, all 4 of the city's downtown locations will be affected by the closures. Downtown Seattle locations were also mentioned. The Financial District and Flatiron District closures are noted by the New York Daily News, which also stated that the stores would close by the end of the month. The closures come as Amazon, which had allegedly just committed to go big on its physical food business, is experiencing a lot of instability due to enormous layoffs, blocked expansion plans, and other issues. At number 5 is Aldi. Even the grocery chain in America with the fastest rate of growth is closing some stores. According to Trib Live, the discount supermarket Aldi, which established around 49 new locations in 2022, will close its 15-year-old location in the Pittsburgh suburb of Lower Burrell on March the 21st. However, local customers won't have to wait too long to refill all those inexpensive private label items and trinkets from the store's legendary Isle of Shame. Just 2 days later, Aldi will build a brand new 21,000 square foot shop in neighboring New Kensington. Following reports of closures last month in Minneapolis and Fort Worth, Texas, Aldi's expanded into western Pennsylvania. But it's too early to comment on their new plans, as analysts say that chances are they will close more stores in the coming months. At number 6 is Kroger. The largest grocery chain in the country is closing 2 locations this week, both of which are in the Dayton region of its home state of Ohio. According to the Dayton Daily News, a larger Kroger store, which will open its doors on March the 10th, will take the place of the 2 closed sites. According to Winsight Grocery Business, the Cincinnati-based company is also looking to sell a few of its grocery stores ahead of its contentious proposed merger with rival Albertsons. With more stores set to close in the coming months, it looks like it is the end of Kroger. And number 7 is Stop & Shop. The Highland Park, New Jersey location of the regional grocery company Stop & Shop will close on March the 23rd. Best Life was informed by a company representative that the shop was underperforming relative to financial expectation. Since there isn't another grocery shop in town, local officials are apparently rushing to locate a new supermarket tenant for the space. This past January, Stop & Shop also closed the location in Brooklyn, New York. The grocery chain is under tremendous financial turmoil, and more bad news can be expected in the coming months. And number 8 is Marks & Spencer's. In total, M&S will eventually close 67 of the 110 outlets that are scheduled to close. The retailer has not yet made clear what will happen to impacted employees or provided a complete list of stores that have already shuttered or will soon do so. In light of the current economic situation, M&S anticipates saving the company £300 million as a result of the change. The corporation, which has already been severely impacted by the coronavirus epidemic, said in 2021 that it intended to close 30 outlets. It happened after the shop disclosed a significant decline of its apparel and home goods sales. This was in addition to the 59 apparel and food stores, 15 restaurants, and 8 outlets that the retailer has already closed. The plans to eliminate 110 outlets by 2022 were part of a larger, drastic restructuring strategy that was initially outlined in 2016. The company stated in 2021 that it wished to increase the number of Simply Food stores from 316 to 420, while reducing the number of clothes and home stores from 247 to 180. The epidemic inferred with Marks & Spencer's attempts to reduce its rent bill, despite the fact that the company had already closed 68 stores in recent years. And number 9 is Jo-Ann. According to its website, Jo-Ann Fabrics & Crafts, which started as a single store in 1943, now has around 850 locations throughout 49 states. Jo-Ann's business has 8 sites in New Hampshire and 5 in Maine. According to rumors, Jo-Ann will close some of its locations in 2023. The company disclosed a few days back that net sales for the first fiscal quarter of 2024 fell by 4% from the same period last year to $478.1 million. Jo-Ann reported a net loss of $54.2 million as opposed to $35.1 million in the prior year. E-commerce contributed nearly 12% of its quarterly revenue. Jo-Ann benefited from people staying at home during the pandemic, much like its rival Michaels. Numerous customers engaged in hobbies including knitting, collage making, and scrapbooking as a way to pass time. And number 10 is Target. One of the most recognizable brands in the world and a top retailer in the United States, Target is closing the majority of its locations. This year, Target closed 4 sites due to a decline in local foot traffic. Smaller format stores with the 4 sites in Maryland, Virginia, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania are designed to influence customers in urban areas. According to the corporation, the decrease in foot traffic in those urban regions was a driving force behind the closure of those locations. Target spokesman Kayla Castaeda said the decision to close one of our stores isn't something we take lightly. Are you a customer of any of these stores, or are you yet to visit? Well, do let us know your plans. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications to stay updated. Until next time, stay healthy. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.